Hello, friends. Welcome, Dr. Helen, founder and chief engagement officer of Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, and your host of Dr. Helen Speaks: Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you, and by no means do we take your presence lightly. What we know is that there are other places you could be right now, doing something different. And our time together is special because it's an opportunity for us to continue on the journey of lifelong learning, to add value to your life as a leader and your leadership whenever you tune in. We hold a firm commitment to invest time and energy to bring you relevant information, to increase your knowledge and take you to the next level of leadership. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a promotion or anything, but you get the point that life is cyclical and we always want that cycle to go higher and higher and higher. And so we're working to help you get on that train and keep going up. One of the most significant lessons I have learned in more than 25 years of studying, doing, being in leadership, one of the most significant lessons I've learned is that the most effective leaders are lifelong learners. And who you learn from matters because who you learn from makes an impression on your leadership and how you show up. So you want to make sure you're learning from people that are moving you where you want to go in a way that helps you become more of an intentional leader on purpose. And the more you invest in yourself by choosing to learn and expand who you are as a leader, it strengthens your leadership. As a leader, what I know is when you continually and consistently invest in your leadership and the development of it and your professional growth, which spills over into your personal growth, you elevate your leadership forward. How you show up to lead, being equipped and empowered to engage effectively is essential to your success and that of the people that you lead. No one can do what you do better than you. And I show up here to encourage you, to motivate and inspire you, to keep investing in you, to be your best self and the best leader you can be. That's really why Dr. Helen Speaks exists, to help you do you better, plain and simple. This is my life's work. And the social proof is through more than 1,000 coaching sessions and interviews and trainings with leaders and teams. And I've had the honor and privilege to experience phenomenal transformations locally, nationally, and globally. It is the joy, the bane of my existence to show up in that space, place, doing that. Here's the question I have for you today and every day I show up. Do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? And this is more than a simple yes/no question. It's a question packed with potential and possibilities to keep you thinking, growing, and moving forward toward your best life ever. Doing what brings meaning, purposeful meaning, and joy and fulfillment to your life. It gives you more life. It really does. The value of alignment of who you are at your best is worth talking about and sharing with other people. It's actually positive reinforcement to keep you going forward. So, I want to start out today saying that Thanksgiving is the unofficial start of the American holiday season, right on through to New Year's. And then it kind of trickles on a little further and beyond, but that's okay. We need more time in America to just decompress some. But it kicks off a very special and important time of year. And so our focus today is shifting the season's intent beyond just gift giving and eating way too much food and spending time with family and friends. All of those things are important. Yes, they are. However, I want to look at it from a slightly different perspective. I want our focus to be around gratitude and giving. What are you grateful for? And how does it show up in your leadership? Yeah. I have consciously taken the time to reframe the ushering in of this season that begins with Thanksgiving to something that is more inclusive and beneficial to us all, from my perspective. And in that, I thought about, what does this all mean to me? I want to speak to it from the place of gratitude, because gratitude is not a sign of weakness in a leader. It's a manifestation of strength and humility, resilience, and understanding, a deeper understanding of the collective effort required for success. Yeah. And I love that because it takes us to someplace different. So before we jump in, make sure you've got something handy to capture your thoughts, questions, ideas, aha moments, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to use to make it happen, a notebook, a journal, a tablet. Heck, you can use the back of an envelope. It all works. I don't want you to miss what could be the beginning of your next breakthrough in a way that's not about you, but it is about how you model giving and gratitude in this season. So why don't we jump in? Because it is giving and gratitude season, and I just love it. I love it for many reasons. And what I want to make clear is that it's personal, but it's also very public in what we do. And as leaders, one of the number one ways that research and study shows is that one of the best ways that a leader can guide and direct the people that you lead is by modeling what leadership looks like and how it shows up. And so here's your opportunity to model, yes, I said to model giving and gratitude in the workplace, because that's what we're talking about primarily, but it also works in your personal life and who you are, because you are a leader, and you're a leader more than just who you show up at work to be. You're a leader because of the people who follow you and rely on you to guide and direct them. And so modeling giving and gratitude as a leader really is a powerful way to inspire and foster a positive and supportive environment, especially during the holiday season. And so what I want to talk about today are some ways that you can really demonstrate giving and gratitude right on through this year. And not only will it make an impression upon the people you lead, but it touches the heart of everybody who comes in contact with you. If you just kind of keep that going, and you don't have to stop when the holiday season's over, you can keep it up, and it will make a difference in the lives of the people you lead. So, as I said, number one, lead by example. And this goes back that I've said several times before, is that And I'm going to put it that, I love age-old wisdom because it just makes sense. And that is, never think that no one's watching what you do because there's always someone watching. I learned that after 20 plus years as an elected official that it got to the point when I would leave out of my house every day, I had a mental note of you have to begin by looking the part on externally, but internally, you want to leave out saying, my purpose is to serve. And if I serve well, then I'm in position to change people's lives, feelings, intentions, and how they go forward. To this very day, I've been out of office, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it'll be 8 years next month. 7 years next month. Seven, great number. Anyway, lead by example. Here's an opportunity for you to actively engage in giving back to the community or supporting charitable causes. And it's a great way that you can plan. I mean, we're a little late in the process now, but it's never too late because we're in the season. And there's so much going around that supports that it's a wonderful opportunity to have impact in how you do it. So share your experiences, encourage your team to participate as well. Great way for team gatherings, whether they're in the office or maybe they're in someone else's office. So what do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. A few years back, I don't remember exactly how long ago it started, but the Tuesday after Thanksgiving started to become known as Giving Tuesday. Yeah, you have Thanksgiving and then there's Black Friday and then there's Cyber Monday. Well, now there's Giving Tuesday. Can I just tell you, my inbox has been flooded, not only with ways of spending money buying things for people, but in ways to support those organizations that are committed to making a difference in the lives of people who need it most. Lead by example. Take on and share your experiences. Find a cause that you like. Do a survey. What are the charitable organizations that your team or your organization's involved in? Great way to build relationships. Oh, and if your intention as a leader is of a business, even if it's a nonprofit organization, there's a way you can participate with this and not only deepen the engagement within your organization, but touch other organizations, which as a business person, that could mean new business opportunities, new opportunities for collaboration to do even bigger projects. One of the things years ago I would do, and I enrolled my dad in doing it with me, is that Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day, or any day during the holiday where there was some sort of community meal, my dad and I would go to serve, to be grateful for how our lives have been blessed. What did that look like? Sometimes there was a training involved. And what was the training about? And this was so powerful because with every intention in my being that I had about giving back, I still had something to learn about inclusion and connecting with people that are different. And that was one of the things they said is don't go with the attitude, yes, I'm going to stand behind the table where the food is being served from and serve people. And when they get their plates and they all go take a seat, that pretty much says, okay, I'm going to start in the cleanup. And this was more than 10 years ago, more than like 15 years ago. And they said, operating in that way is still creating a divide. So after you've served at everyone, prepare your plate and join at a table with people and have fellowship. Take away the difference between them and you because they are you. Maybe not where they find themselves in a homeless shelter. However, they are human beings. They have feelings. They know what it feels like when someone's doing something out of, I'm better than you and I'm going to serve you this food and then I'm going to be gone. But I'm not only going to serve you this food, I'm going to break bread with you. I'm going to engage with you. Just think about if you did that as a team project, that you chose someplace and maybe this time you provide the food instead of the nonprofit organization that takes some of the burden off of their plate. Or maybe an angel tree. And if you're not familiar with an angel tree, pretty much it's an opportunity to support children of incarcerated parents or a parent or both parents or what have you. Because who provides holiday giving for them with a card that has their parents' name on it? Touching people's lives. Number two is about expressing gratitude, which I'm talking about now. How do you express gratitude? How do you regularly acknowledge the hard work and contributions of others, i.e., the people you lead? Do you intentionally and regularly take out time to express how grateful you are that they're in position? Started doing it even beyond that with customer service representatives, with DoorDash, Uber, whoever delivery people. A few simple words, some kind words. Thank you. It's powerful stuff. It really is. So think about this. How do you encourage a culture of giving? It does take some work. And you start with a few volunteers, people who you think you can go to help spread the word out. Or maybe it's a charity event. Years ago, I used to be a big participant in the Susan Komen breast cancer walk in October. But think about the things these days. I'm sure if your mailbox is anything like mine, you're getting flooded with all sorts of requests and asks. Yes, it's easy to write a check, to send money electronically and say, oh, I did my part. But think about what it means when you show up in person for whatever gathering that may be taking place for the people. A mitten tree. I can remember as a council person, we did a mitten tree and children would come and there'd be hot chocolate and cookies and caroling and all of that. And as a leader, I made a point of being there to be a part of the experience. That's connecting. That's what draws people in. And it's amazing how that makes people feel. I'm always reminded by the words of Maya Angelou, who said, people may forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And in this season of giving and gratitude, it's about when you make other people feel good, doesn't it make you feel good too? It certainly makes me feel good. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something really powerful and of value and connecting as human beings. That's really our purpose in life, to lift up each other. So you want to encourage a culture of giving within your organization or your team or so my team is really small, but I do have a broader team that supports the work that Dr. Helen Holton and Associates does. And so I've already gone out and thought of a very thoughtful way to express that gratitude to them. Yeah. The other thing you want to do this time of year is to provide some flexibility. We don't all celebrate the same holidays or gatherings around this time of year. So you want to provide some flexibility. It's a great time to think about work-life balance, especially when these holidays fall in the middle of the week. How can you create an opportunity for someone not to feel pressed by that? Now, it's interesting. One of the things I noticed with a group of clients that I work with that they took the Thanksgiving holiday, which usually is the Thursday and Friday. And for some, they added the Wednesday as another day, which actually gave you Wednesday to Sunday. It was like a little mini vacation holiday within itself. Not so much about you getting on a plane, train, car, whatever, going somewhere. Maybe it's just about doing some things around town locally, but having that time and space with which to do it. Flexibility in schedule, whether it's Fridays off, or if you're on a 4-day work week, maybe you make it a 3-day work week for an extra day to do the shopping for the big meal or the gift giving or the tree trimming or the Hanukkah shopping or the Ramadan, whatever the case may be, because those three every now and then do coincide within the same time frame. But you get what I'm saying. You want to really honor that space. And it goes beyond just gathering for um out of faith, because a lot of people are doing different things, and offices will be closed. And it's really exciting to see some that used to be open on holidays will be closed so that those employees can celebrate with their family and friends. Trust you me, we won't miss one day when these establishments aren't open. And if you think you're going to miss it, plan ahead. There you go. Another way as a leader that you can really model, lead by example in giving and gratitude, great time to think about personal recognition. Who in the workplace do you really want to lift up and recognize for what they've done throughout the year? It's a great time to do it. We're already kind of feeling a little festive and wanting to um, do some ways of showing it in the celebration. Who doesn't like to be recognized for a job well done? And maybe you're thinking no one really noticed how you avoided the IT system from being hacked, or I don't know, there are countless ways of doing it. And there's also gifts and tokens of appreciation. I'm not saying go out and spend the whole wad buying everybody a Rolex watch. Yes, that's a little extreme. However, there are other ways that you can, by giving, maybe you'll have something imprinted with the company logo, or maybe the vision statement written on it, and tying it to the season of gratitude and giving, so that it's not just work as usual. It could be something as simple as a handwritten note or a gift card. Doesn't take too much. Or an event to celebrate the season. Maybe there's the potluck. Well, I don't know so much about potluck these days. I think catered is a little better. Maybe people get a little squeamish about things. And then you want to make sure you include, if it's around a meal, you want to make sure you're inclusive about that. So don't leave out the vegans or the gluten-free folks or um, the food allergies. You want to make sure that you do it in a way that includes everyone. Here's another one. Create a gratitude ritual. I was so excited. I have a dear, dear friend of mine that the Sunday before Thanksgiving, a tradition she started. This was her 40th year of doing it. And not that I've been around for all 40, but I've been around for a good number of them, probably close to 30, 25. And it was so very special because this year it was also a celebration of 40 years and an acknowledgement of those who are no longer physically with us, which added a measure of richness, because life does go on. And it doesn't mean that we forget those who used to be a part of our celebrations. It was just wonderful. Oh my goodness. It was just wonderful. Yeah. So you might want to create a gratitude ritual of some sort. Thinking about throughout the course of the year, who was a part of the team that is no more that you want to recognize. And if they left for another opportunity, it may be a way to invite them back. Just because we change jobs doesn't mean we end relationships with the people who we worked with before. Now, it probably works best for those who left on good terms for different opportunities and they're still in the area, but it's something to think about. Now, here is something. As a leader, it's something you should be practicing and incorporating into what you do to be more intentional in your leadership, and that is actively listening, showing empathy, understanding, especially, the holidays in the winter. And here's a true fact. More people die in this 2-month period of time between Thanksgiving and early January for natural causes, and some not natural causes because it is a challenging time emotionally. Yeah. But there's always ways that you can, and I'm going to just go back to modeling leadership. What does it mean to model giving and gratitude? These are things that, in many respects, keep us afloat and focused on what's really important in life. Yeah. Okay, so what else can you do? You can celebrate diversity. How about a Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Kwanzaa celebration? All in one. I don't know. You could do it before the holidays begin. You could do it in the middle of it. But you want to recognize the diversity of difference because we all have backgrounds and traditions. Every team member on your team celebrates something. And even those who, it could be like Kwanzaa is not a celebration of faith, and whatever other ones might come along in that time frame. I don't know them all. However, you have a team that you can certainly engage with them to find out, what do you do this time of year that fills you up without it being money or something just to you that allows you to open up and give back to others. And then it's a great opportunity to promote the camaraderie of the folks in your shop. Building those alliances and cooperative agreements to do things together, to work better together. Because when you're able to do that, who wins? Everybody! Everybody wins! Yes, I love it. It's so exciting when you can connect in ways like that. It matters and it makes a difference. Don't ever let anyone cause you to think it doesn't make a difference, because it does. And it does because you put it in play, not to appease you, but to think about and thank the people that make everything happen in your world. That's powerful. Oh, that's how you lead by example. That's how you demonstrate intentional leadership. It's not something you just throw together. It's something you give thought to about how do you lead in a way that encourages others to follow, replicate, keep doing. I keep thinking about Cheryl, 40 years, always on the same day. So you can put it on your calendar infinitum. That's how you create traditions and values and strengthen relationships and engagement with people. Because at the end of the day, we really do need each other to survive. Take on new ways of creating that survival. And Dr. Helen Speaks will be here to share in the joy with you every Tuesday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Catch us on the Win Win Women TV network. Catch us on our YouTube channel. And stay tuned because today launches year 3. Woo-hoo! That we've been showing up here doing this. So let's make it a great giving and gratitude season. See you soon.